Hi, and Happy New Year to you all. I'm not going to say too much because I've got to say it all in the morning. But Debbie's got a few words that she wants to share with you regarding this sort of time of the year. So over to you, babe.
Yeah, I had a funny experience over Christmas time. I was given a gift, and it was only a small little gift. And in the hustle and bustle of Christmas Day, I put it away in a safe place and thought I'll look at that later. And then the next day somebody reminded me about the gift, and I suddenly realised I didn't know where it was. And I was searching high and low and I couldn't settle until I'd actually found it. And then when I found it, I realised I'd had it in a safe place all the time. And it reminded me of a parable of the lost coin. I'm just going to read it to you from Luke 15. Or suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one. Does she not light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? And when she finds it, she calls her friends and neighbours together and says, "Rejoice with me, I found my lost coin." And what really interested me when I read that, because it was the story that came to mind when I thought about me searching for this lost gift, was that parable finishes with this verse: "In the same way I tell you, there is rejoicing in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents." And it just interested me that the idea of somebody coming to faith being so important to God comes on the back of looking for something that's lost. And it made me think about my own faith, and I thought, I wonder if that's what happens to us sometimes. We forget the value. Faith is a gift that God has given us, and we perhaps forget the value of that, and maybe we take it for granted a little bit, and life presses in, life gets busy, and then we get pressed on each side by things that happen, the trials and tribulations, and then maybe suddenly one day you wake up and you think, okay, where's my faith gone? Or where's that first flush of faith that I had? John talked about it in his preaching at the Christmas message about the joy of knowing that you've been given that gift of faith and you've come to know Jesus. So maybe a challenge for us all this year would be to think about faith and focus on it more, realise the value of it, thank God for our faith, and let's try and build it up in ourselves and in each other in this year to come.
Yeah, it was just reminded me that after that service, a lady came up to me and said, "Oh, you can tell that you've still got the joy of the Lord when you're preaching." And she said, I've been in it so long that she'd lost that joy. And I had to reflect, because of my age, I've actually known the Lord for 50 years, yet it still excites me. And when people give their lives to Christ or even talk about it, I still well up. I can't talk about things like that because it excites me inside. I actually cry with excitement and joy. And I'd like to spend the next 50 years doing the same sort of thing. Being that joyful about God. We're celebrating this evening the ending of one year and the possibilities of the next. So, tomorrow when we come together in church, let's keep that joy going, because the possibilities, it hasn't been written yet. We can look back on this year and it's been written, but we've got a blank page to start with God tomorrow morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. See you in the morning.